There is no easy way to create interest in your product or service. But in my experience, the best way to create a lead that's interested, has the money and can make decisions is to cold call. You may have tried cold calling in the past and hated it. The stone cold rejection again and again isn't the most pleasant thing to deal with. I must admit, I've had better experiences. But cold calling is cost effective and it produces the best prospects. Better than advertising, better than social media. Sure, they may get you attention, but they rarely drive traffic, not enough to sustain a business. The only way for you to get someone interested and get them to take action to buy is knowing how to handle people on the telephone. If, like me, you believe that time is money, then value your time enough to learn to use the telephone. You can make over 200 calls in a day and speak with 50 people. Whereas if you were to physically drive to each person, you'd only manage 10% of that in a day maximum. And then you'd find out that they're probably all out. But if you had their mobile phone number, they're contactable wherever, whenever. Remember, your time is valuable. Don't allow one rude person to knock you off course. When you interrupt someone's day, the occasional person is going to vent some frustration, but don't take it personally. They may have just lost an argument with their partner, or you might have just caught them sitting on the toilet, or you could have just found someone who's just having a bad day. Just know it's not you. You've just interrupted them in that moment. Call back later and you may find you get a different response. But if you want to be successful, you have to pay the price, and cold calling is one of them. The only way for you to avoid the feeling of rejection is to build a massive pipeline, and that means hitting the phone and making calls. Should you enjoy cold calling? It's a good question. I don't know anyone that enjoys cold calling, but they love the rewards that it brings. More prospects, more deals, more sales, revenue for the business, happy customers with a great product, and more commission for you. Everybody wins. Look, we all do stuff that we don't enjoy. I mean, I hate emptying my kitchen bin. It feels as soon as I've emptied it, it's full again. Do I not empty the bin because I don't enjoy it? Of course not. There's some mornings I don't feel like going to the gym, but I still go because I'm committed. And that's what you need to be with cold calling, committed. You see, if you waited until you felt like doing something, you wouldn't get anything done. George Zalakite famously said, "Do the thing and you shall have power." And there's no lead more powerful than one that was created on the strength of a cold call. So here are some quick statistics from a case study completed on cold calling. 85% of people in the UK say they would never respond to a cold call, which is great news because that tells me that 15% would respond to a cold call. Now, there are over 70 million people in the UK, which means that there are over 10.5 million people who would respond to cold calling. 75% of people say that they find cold calls irritating. But the way I look at it is 25% of people can't wait for me to call them. So now you know that 25% of people are waiting for your call. And there's over 10.5 million people in the UK that would respond to a cold call. So based on that information, cold calling is the best marketing formula to drive your product and service into the marketplace. It beats media advertising, social media promotions, and direct mail marketing combined. So, to find the 10.5 million people that would respond to your cold call, it's like mining for gold. You have to dig through the 59.5 million people that wouldn't respond to a cold call to get to the ones that would. So, get your list and make the call.